I'm live. Good evening. It's very quiet here this evening, so I thought I'd just have a brew and have a chat. Quite an eventful day. It always goes, doesn't it, when I'm on live? Oh, it's telling me I'm live. I've got a notification set. So if anybody else has, and they won't see it because it's unlisted. For now, yeah. Quite a sad afternoon. I came across a lot of my deceased sister's tat, rubbish. It's not, but it's, it's of no use to anybody now. Felt pens, painting books for the kids, and bottles of paint and the like. And it was heartbreaking. I do miss her. I don't need these glasses on to look at the camera, only when I'm reading. But I forget. I've also had a young ketamine addict pleading, desperate. God, gift of desperation. I've put him in touch with some locals. I can't help him any more than I have, I've known him since he was 6 years old. Used to play with my son. Awful drug. Awful. There's a lot of it about. I'm following somebody on another platform, and he's just had his bladder out, and they're suffering. Ket cramps, they call it. But it's a lot more than that. There's no cramp involved. It's just the eating of your bladder from inside. And I've also had a couple of relapses, alcoholics who relapsed on the phone for some time. There's a lot of sick people out there, a lot of sick people. One of them spreading that old blog about me. You remember the one? Quick Google will bring it up for you. Yeah, there's some people who are in serious need of some spiritual injection or CBT or any kind of therapy, because what they're doing in the rooms just isn't working, unfortunately. Not many, just a couple. Okay, so I've set the mood. I've cooked tonight for the first time in 3 months. What about that? Watery curry. Didn't name it. Corey special for my great nephew. I keep looking down because I've got some paperwork here. Now, it's something I've seen, but I haven't realised the importance of it. Okay, when I approached the Observer, 212, 213, whenever the story appeared on Twitter, that was in the Observer in 92. It appeared again 10 years later on Twitter to attack me and try and silence me, as I believe. Obviously, it didn't work, did it? However, the rebut of that complaint that I made, that took a fair while, a couple of years almost, to investigate by them. The rebut was the Observer reader's editor writing to a number of agencies, the Welsh office. He wrote to them because they were overall in charge of the Waterhouse inquiry. There was the McCurr inquiry. I give evidence to the McCurr inquiry. And they wrote to the McCurr inquiry. They contacted, allegedly, both journalists who had their name on the byline. So they made great efforts. Now, just take it back a bit, the McCurr inquiry was an inquiry by Lady Justice McCurr into the Waterhouse inquiry itself. There was complaints there was a cover-up, etc., like Masons and all the bullshit. So they were appeased, whether these people were. Nobody knows who they were. And part of that appeasement was a just judicial inquiry by Lady Justice McCurr. Lovely lady, I met her. And she produced a report. Now, part of Pritchard's investigation into the story, the article's creation, involved him writing to her, got my permission first, I consented, writing to her and asking for a copy of my statements. It wasn't actually the statement they wanted a copy of, it was the part where I'm supposed to have been quoted about the rapes at 10 years old. They wanted to find that anywhere in my legal documentation, and it wasn't there. McCurr wrote back and said, no, mate, we ain't got it. So that's the Welsh office, the archives down there, the McCurr inquiry, that wasn't that old. And then he wrote to, he had a couple of conversations, he said. He met with the editor twice, the editor. And they decided, they remembered the police attending the Observer offices in 92 and being freely furnished with a set of documents which included this affidavit that was then taken to North Wales Police Headquarters, stashed somewhere, and then reproduced in 2016-17 because Stephen Pritchard wrote to them and asked them, do you remember, have you got, I don't know what communications took place between them. All I know is he has stated that he obtained what he's called a statement of sorts. Oh, but interestingly, on the McCurr report, I wrote to him. You wrote to me again on the 1st of September 2015. I did, probably. Saying you wish to reopen your complaint. And after some weeks, I agreed that I should apply to the McCurr review to see a copy of your statement. There's no mention of legal affidavit there. It did indeed reveal that you made... Oh, so he got it. I consented, so he's had it. My official police statement. It did indeed reveal that you made no admission of rape in that document. No admission. And yet it's been given to another, right, who's claiming that the allegation, the quote that was in the Observer in 92 was evidence, I've admitted to gang rape at the age of 10. So that was the bit, yeah. It did indeed reveal that you made no admission to rape in that document. So he got a copy of my statement from Justice McCurr, from the McCurr review into the Waterhouse inquiry. And there was no document anywhere, shape or form within which there's a quote that could be stolen or manipulated into I took part in a gang rape when I was 10. After a series of stories appeared in 92, the paper freely handed a number of documents to Ackley, Superintendent Ackley, big fella. One of these documents was a statement signed by you, which I attached. That's the fake affidavit. That's signed by me. It's not dated. Nobody knows where it's come from. And then he goes on to do a couple of threats. In view of this evidence, I'm sure you understand I must reject your complaint. Now, I'm sure you understand that I understand why this was thrown out. As you know, we removed the story from our archive while I made my inquiries, though it should be noted that no one ever accessed it. Odd that, yeah? I strongly suggest, as a matter of urgency, you remove anything on social media that refers to this matter, including a video you posted on YouTube. Well, blow me. Why would he say that? I'm an impecunious man. I barely got shoes on my fucking feet. And he's threatening me. Well, somebody has told the courts, excuse me, my ass, I'm just having to find it for you. The Observer never retracted the story. Copy of this affidavit given to me by Stephen Pritchard. Because he recognised I was enduring similar experience with Mr. Laverty, as he was. What experience was he enduring with me? Me trying to find out whether I'll get to the bottom. Yeah, it was a couple of decades after. But once it resurfaced on Twitter, it came alive again, didn't it? That wasn't my doing. But I've chased it up. It's not available at all. And I've been reassured that. I've got it in concrete. That article is not available in the search engine or the historical archive or the digital archive, as far as I can tell. It's probably in historical, but that'll be paper form on a shelf somewhere amongst thousands of others. I ain't going to stop. Would you? Ask yourself, would you stop chasing up an article or accused that has got you quoted as saying you took part in a gang rape at the age of 10? And sexual abuse of other sorts as well. Knowing what I know now, I know why it happened. I was too loud. I was making fucking noise. And they couldn't be dealing with it. There was a Twitter account in Mesham's name. I don't think it was Stephen Mesham. I went for it anyway. And that attracted a world of shit. I'm on the piss, remember, all the time. Banging it out there, lapping it up. And I was new to Twitter, so it was all... it's all a bit of a nightmare, really. Hazy nightmare. And I attracted some of the worst, didn't I? And I got the worst out of them. I was ruthless. I got my camper van smashed up, didn't I? That was later on, earlier on, when this investigation into the article, the affidavit or whatever. Forgotten where I was. Forgotten. I've got some things lined up for the future. I'm going to a larger audience. Yeah. I'm going to offer myself. I'll be deleting all the shit when I'm in a place I'm aiming for. So click your download buttons, print, save, transcript, get rid of time toggles or keep them. There's nothing I'm putting out there that isn't already out there, really. I'm just seeing it with different eyes, you know. I really am. The depth. Very, very deep. No lights down there. Where these people dwell. And then they present like Good Morning Britain. You know, I've seen the chits and chats with the presenters on that, and they're up at 3:30 in the morning, getting ready for a 5, 6 o'clock start. Funny old world, isn't it? Anyway, I'm tired. Time is it? 9:30. Yeah, the nights are drawing in. What other morsel do I have in front of me? Nothing new, really. I'm writing to confirm the Observer is in the process of removing from its digital archive an article published about me. We'll be writing to Mr. Laverty again when we have completed our inquiries. Well, them inquiries took you some places, didn't they? The Welsh office, the former journalist, Times 2, and whoever else. The McCurry inquiry, me, and the police. And according to you, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not. You've lied to me. You said you had no interest in sharing anything I consented to you through Dean Nilsson. A very, 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 very horrible set of behaviours that involved telling me untruths. You played me. It's happened before. Probably happen again. Not in these circumstances, though. Because what I didn't have then and what I've got now is a sober existence. And unless you pour a drink down my throat, that's how it's going to stay. If I continue to live a certain way. So yeah, false flags have gone up again around here. I have got a couple I haven't looked at for a while. My eyes are getting worse. Darren asked our digital archivist had any record of those who had accessed the story, particularly since November 2012. This was their reply. Tiny, size 6 fonts. It doesn't look like anyone ever accessed the article according to the usage records, which goes back to 2003. The archive was established in 2007, but only ran up to 1975. It wasn't extended to cover 1992 until 2009, so it would appear no one has accessed it, let alone bought it from the archive. And the cheeky bastard says the troll would appear to have used an old newspaper cutting from 1992. What's that all about? Where's that come from? Anyway. Hope you're okay, whoever you are. And I think I'll end it there. End stream, and I'll post it straight up. But that curry, honestly, was something else. Take care.